Alright, let's go fix that problem down there. You'll note the other thing I did here was originally I was coming down here to get into the train line for the base. I've added one more drop, and it does this kind of weird jag just because this ended up coming into the middle of the station. It just shortens the trip a good bit because I don't have to go all the way out and then back. Once this gets up to the level of this, I will connect it here as well. So before the 1.0 update, I could use the nuclear rocket launcher for such a distance that it was very easy. I would just launch it from way outside range. The batteries would never see me, and they would die. Doesn't work anymore. Let's turn off our logistics, and let's give you half a stack of these and one stack of those. And now you can finish building this yourself. As long as yeah, it's just these things. I used the satellite view mode to kind of trace this line because I want to make sure we had enough space to do this iron ore. So I kind of ran this line just so we can follow it where I want the wall. Probably I won't take it there. I suspect I will cap it off like right into here. Just turn the corner. There's a little bit of oil here, but it's such a tiny deposit that it doesn't matter. We have much better ones, like this one here, that's, you know, almost more than double the size of that one. So I don't care about that. Oof, that's a lot of charging bots, but that's okay. They're doing their thing. And so they've built it. Just almost all of it. There's only a few missing pieces. So let me show you you saw last time how I deal with the biter nests. It was very easy. It ain't easy now. So here's my current approach. I'm going to take a power line with me. Yep. Actually, I think that's a little close. And I've got this little blueprint I set up. I really should modify, but that's okay. Call it a bastion. It's not really a bastion in the technical sense, but it'll do. Technically, for it to be a bastion, it has to be outside a bigger fortress that it's defending. That's what the word means. But, you know, only a limited number of early European history, or of early modern history warfare geeks would know this. So, it's not a bastion, but that's what I'm calling it. Maybe a redoubt is a better word. And I'm gonna drop ammo into it. And this is I'm going to run back here when they are trying to kill me. The one thing though that I found works better is if I put in some side walls as well. Now this is not properly designed, and there should be a gap between the turrets and the walls and all that, but this is not meant to be a permanent installation. So let's install our rocket launcher and nukes. Let's save. And like before, I'd be able to shoot right to my range, but see how it's not letting me? It's red. There, I had to be that close, and that triggered the biters to attack me. So, I'm going to run back here, and the biters can come in, and this so far has held up to anything that I pulled. It does sometimes, you know, damage things, so I just run back there with my nanobots and fix it. Oh, those big behemoth biters are annoying. Oh, that's a big wave. But they're dead. Oh, don't stand in that stuff. Let's clear these and see. Ah, no, don't stand in the stuff. And see, it doesn't seem to want to go back. Alright, we didn't kill the whole base, because these are big bases. But a nibble at a time, and run back. And if I can get them to come right down the middle, then they die. It's when they come at these corners that it's a little bit more problematic. And I can nuke the biters themselves too. No, that was just little biters. Those don't matter. No, don't get away. Yeah, my little gun is just not powerful enough for the big and behemoth biters. No, there's not a lot left, but that was kind of a waste of a nuke, but unlike before, we have tons of them now. Okay, and that's that nest cleared. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe 13 or so to go. Yeah, and that's why I'm not doing it in stream. But I can use satellite mode to check on things, which is very nice. Yeah. So I'm not gonna go any further than that. I just want to push that one back and demonstrate the technique. Now I'm gonna pick up my bastion, or not bastion, and continue. I'm going to leave this power line in place because I've got to come back and clear those nests at some point. But, yeah. Now here, we're quite close. You know, they're like within sight of the walls. But, because there's no pollution over here, they're not attacking the walls. What's really weird is there's tons of pollution there, and these 3 nests are being hammered, and I haven't seen any signs that they're attacking. Which means either they're getting killed by the wall defenses so fast they don't even notice it, or something else. I don't know. But, I wanted to do this. I'm going to... We have these artillery turrets, and I want to get artillery going. However, the last thing I want to do is shoot artillery in this area, because we don't have a completed wall. That's probably good and far enough away. Yeah, because if I had these artillery working, they would shell those there. Actually, we can check how far our artillery range is. Yeah, artillery range is only reaching to here, and which means that's from these. So we don't want to hit those because they will come at the end of the wall, and we don't have a wall there. But the rest is okay. The rest of them can enjoy hunting the biters. All right, we're gonna make one more stop, and then we're gonna go back to the base and build. However, that stop is of course on the other side of the base, because there's something I need to install right here. By the way, I'm running research. I had turned it off for quite a while. The main reason I'm running it is because this uses yellow science, which does put a draw on those flying robot frames that I need, but only a small one. But it also puts a draw, makes blue circuits. It requires blue circuits, which means it's putting a draw on plastic and thus on petroleum. Another attempt to unlock the oil production system. Usually the problem I have with oil production is not enough petroleum. I don't think I've ever had not enough, a problem with not enough what do you call it? Lubricant before. Okay, and this one, the range is here, so it's not gonna get up here where they can go around it. And I don't think if we hammer these, I don't think there's any chance they'll go all the way around the lake. All right. Now you may recall, one of the things I was concerned about was where to put the production of artillery shells. And because they're going to get picked up, let's turn that off, because they're going to get picked up by the robots here from these universal stations, but if we put the production facility all the way out here, that's a long way for them to go. So I thought about, you know, making some space over here or running a belt all the way back. I'm not going to bother. I'm going to use that same staging trick we did here. I'll just put in a buffer chest that requests them, and we'll get it from that. And that will be that. So let's go do that. And I could use the car, but honestly, with the legs, it's almost as fast to run. Not really. If we're going a long distance in a straight line, then the car gets up to a higher speed, because, you know, it's up to like 140 miles an hour and so kilometers per hour, and certainly I'm not running that fast. But because of the need to speed up, slow down, all that good stuff, most of the time it's just easier to rely on my running speed. All right, let's clear out some of these bushes. Or trees or whatever. You know, the real enemy. Or I can put it here. Oh, you know what? Let's do that. I like that better. Ah, I have an idea. But not, you know, a horrible, terrible idea like the Grinch. It's a pretty good idea, I think. Okay. So, we need to make... we want to make... artillery shells. Which means we need explosive cannon shells, explosives, and radars. Okay. What do we need for radars? I mean, we're making them. We could fly them in by bot, but I think that's going to be annoying. Where's radars? We need that. And what do we need for regular explosive cannon shells? Or explosives? Nope, explosives we make in a chemical factory, which of course I don't have any of. Nope, let's turn on logistics. And let's put in a request for chemical plants. It's gonna take a little bit of a while before it gets here, unfortunately. And I just don't have any. Well, let's see. This is 1 per 15 seconds, and it needs 1 radar. Radar is 1 every half a second, so this can support a whole host of these. This is 1 every 8 seconds, and we need 4. We need 4 of these. So we're gonna need 2 of these. So like that. And then this can go on a belt. Gotta bring me a lot of stuff, so it's gonna take quite a while. And I'm all the way out on the end here in the boonies. Perfect. Okay. That'll do. Alright, you need electronic circuits, Let's see. Do we have a... Yep, we want one of these. But we want to flip it. And it needs to go at this level. Actually, yeah, let's do it that way. No, because we need a lot of stuff. Very fast. That's not gonna work. Okay, because this is a half-second cycle, and we're running at 1.25 craft speed, so this is gonna have to be... We're gonna have to use loaders. We're gonna have to use loaders. I don't see any other way to get things into it fast enough. Okay. Do you have my chemical plants yet? I do. Okay, so you need explosives, and you need explosives. You need 2 every 8 seconds. So that's 4 every 8 seconds. So that's 8 in a 15-second cycle. And then you need 8 more. So we need 16 in a 16-second cycle. We need 1 per second. And you make 2 per 4 seconds. So we would need 2 of these. But we would need it to feed it to... So we need 2 of these just for this. Okay. This is 8 in 15 seconds. Aha. So we do it like this. And like that. And that's a block. And we can then take this. Not that, because that can support several. Something like that. Alright, you need water, sulfur, and coal. How much? Not a whole lot. So that can be a split belt, no problem. And just water. Water is easy. Do we have water near here somewhere? Yes, we do. We have some water right there. Let's get it over here. Do I have a pump? I do not. Right, we'll need to make some pumps. No big deal. We need an output, though. Yeah. Like that. And like that. And sure. Shift. Oh no, that's different mod. Okay. That should work. Now we need... Whoa, that just fired at a satellite. That startled me. 2 destroyed. How's our power doing? Just fine. Didn't even notice that as a blip. Well, the red line there, but yeah. Power is holding. And we need it here. Oh, but we also need plastic and steel. That's gonna have to be like this. And that will use red, no, we don't need red belts for it. We can do it with our regular belts. And we also need for you, we've got explosives, we have cannon shells, we have radars. Nope, that's all we need. I think that's workable. We just need to bring in the raw ingredients. Okay. Alright, so here we need coal and sulfur. Where's coal and sulfur? Coal is right here. Or why is this not the right gap? How big is this gap? What? Was I always doing that? No, I started screwing up somewhere right around here. Interesting. Oh well, that doesn't matter right now. That's cool. Let's bring it in. That's not very far. And sulfur is right here. Let's do this correctly, though. Future us will thank us. Nope. What do we need for a pump? We need electric motor and pipe. We have pipe, we just need some electric motors, which are going to be around here somewhere. That's circuits. Nope. Where's our electric motors? Green circuits are suffering for some reason, or maybe it's just because we're so far downstream. Let's check on them. Oh. Oh, stone. Stone, stone, stone. What's going on with stone? That's not stone. Stone brick. We need more stone brick production. Yeah. We have plenty of stone coming in, that's not a problem. Actually, this is coming in from here, but we have this coming in from from the bus, and some of it is going for... This is going to glass, and this is going for stone on the bus, but this is all that's going into brick. Okay, we'll have to update brick. But not this second. You know what? Let's put it on the list. Do expand bricks. No, that's delete. We may want to do a beacon steel production outpost because steel was weak, but now it's working okay, so we may hold off on that. Where are blue motors? There, is this them? This is them. Oh, I don't need a belt, I just need to build a couple. Okay. Yeah, they're really, not happy. Okay, let's go, let's say right here. Nice and out of the way. Where's our, there. And it needs power, of course, because this is AAI. Okay. Well, that's good. We're getting explosives. Okay. Yeah. All right, now we need iron and plastic over here. There it goes again. Not iron, plastic. Steel and plastic. So steel is right here. Plastic, we're gonna need to go find. I think it's right in here near the sulfur. Yep, right here. And there we go. Okay, that should give us the floating cannon shells once that comes in, and now you need green circuits, electric motors, stone brick, and iron plate. Low-tech stuff, but necessary. So. green circuits. There we go. That's running. We just need this. Iron plates, which are going to be down here. And this one, yep. Let's put you there. Okay. Then stone brick and blue. Stone brick is right here. And blue motors. Okay, so that can be right here. No, well, we can do it this way. And we just need to get the blue motors. Yeah, stone brick is really in trouble. Here's blue motors. This is a line that hasn't even been upgraded to red, but that's okay. Can always expand it if we need to. And I'm out of belts. My logistics off? No, it's on. I just haven't been staying long enough for the bots to do anything. I'm gonna run towards the mall so that the bots have an easier time getting my stuff to me. Here they come. Whammo. All the stuff and all the things and all the good stuff. Alright, you know what? Let's do a save. Because it is 10 o'clock, which means it is time for me to take a break. So I will be right back. And the bots will refill me.